Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly video. And as usual, got some stuff to show you. Pretty good week for Diecast. Got an eBay purchase here. Did some purchasing for my buddy Crazy Todd. Did a local trade. Found some stuff in stores and got some stuff in the mail. So, pretty full week. I've had the week off of work. Of course, I still haven't been able to go hunting too much because the reason why I have off of work is because of the new addition to the family. So basically, that's been going... Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of coffee. Other than that, it's been pretty good. So, let's see here. Well, first of all, I want to shout out to my buddy at Heavy Metal 164, Heavy Metal 164 on YouTube, who hit 3,500 subscribers. Good job, buddy. He passed me up a while ago. But anyway, no hard feelings. So he passed me up a while ago, and he's doing a giveaway on his channel. So check that out if you haven't already. Secondly, if you want to find the results of that giveaway, that's going to end up being on my channel. He's giving all the cars away, but he's not running the giveaway on his channel. He wants me to do it on my channel, which is going to be interesting, and mainly because he doesn't have a computer to do it on right now. And anyway, I'm going to do it. So it's going to be kind of a fun little thing. So he's doing the giveaway. I'm going to be drawing the name out of a hat in a video coming up this next week, so look out for that and check out his video to enter that giveaway. Okay? Alright, so anyways, what did I get into the collection this week? The first thing I got, that guy right there. Yes, I'm an RLC member, ×2. I do have 2 accounts. I had to pick up 2 accounts because it's like, you know, it was easy enough to do. And I am going to open up one of these cars in the second half of the video. Per usual, we're opening up stuff in the second half of the video. I got 10,242 out of 17,500 and 10,790. So neither of these is a number to write home about. They're not that low. Of course, this comes with a patch, comes with a pin, all that good stuff. We'll get into that more in depth in the second half of the video when I go ahead and open it up. Here's another quick look at it. This thing looks really, really nice. I'm excited to go ahead and open up one of these things. The other one, I'm probably just going to hold on to for a rainy day. We'll see what happens to that one, but for now, it's not for trade or anything. It's just not worth trading it right now because you can still get a membership as far as I know. So there's that. I'm also, in the second half of the video, going to open up this guy. I was debating on whether or not, or what I was going to do with this. I had 2 of these. I had to give up one to get that raw that I traded to, or I traded my second one of these to Jeremy Bolter for a raw Auto World, which is a previous video. Anyway, so that thing's long gone. I only had one left, so it's harder to want to crack this one, even though it's, you know, it's going to stay in the collection, so I have to open it. That's just the rule. So it's going to stay in, it gets open. This isn't a very low number either, 2,562. The one I traded to him was a pretty low number because I knew it was going to be kept on card, and so why not give up the lower number because it's not going to make a difference once the thing is open anyway. All right, so we're going to take a look at those 2 510's in the second half of the video in all their glory, out of their packaging. All right, so store finds. Went to Target today, which got Diecast Hot Wheels, and then they also got some new 5-packs, and I picked up this 5-pack. This is the Hot Wheels Horsepower 5-pack. We are going to open up this in the second half of the video and take a brief look at these 5 castings. The real reason why I wanted it is for that Viper RT10, because for some reason I really like that casting. So I had to pick it up, and so there's that. And then the basic D-case. Now there's a lot of carryover in this D-case, G-case, whatever. All right, so from F-case to G-case, there is a lot of carryover. There's not much that's new. I picked up a couple of cars. I'm not sure if this was a carryover or not, but I picked up this Mustang. That is the Knight. I think that's new to that case. The TV series Batmobile, I'm pretty sure that this is new to that case. This looks really nice, by the way, with blacked out wheels and stuff. Of course, we're going to open all these in the second half of the video, so we don't need to spend much time on here now. The Caper Racer, like that one. 2016 BMW M2, pretty cool. And then this split bumper Camaro, 70 Camaro. Shout out to Frank's Kids. I know you love the split bumper Camaro, bud, so I'm sure you're going to pick up this, even though it's a mainline and not an M2. And then if you're not aware of it, Target is blowing out the old car culture. Even if they're hanging on the pegs where the new car culture is, scan them and check the price on them. Because I think they're most places are like $1.80 or $1.30 or something like that. These were $1.81. I picked up all 3 of these peg warmers just for the wheels on them, you know, because I might get back into customizing. I don't know. I will get back into customizing. Anyway, you can always use rear riders. So this is one of those good times where you should go to your Target, check them out, clean them out. So there's that. And then Toys R Us. Unfortunately, Toys R Us, I guess I heard, might just all be going out of business, which is a real stinker for me because it's the only place locally right now I can get like Greenlight and stuff like that, aside from Hobby Lobby, which Hobby Lobby, you know, stocks like 1 or 2 new cars a week, so it's not really, you know, it's hard to pick up stuff there. So that stinks if they're going to go out. I am getting a Myers in my area though soon, so that should improve things a little bit. It'll happen actually probably within the next month or so, I think, April or May. So that'll be good. But anyway, that aside, they stocked a new Giant Lightning Classic Gold series. This is 2017 release 4. I picked up 2 models from that series, and of course we're going to open those in the second segment of the video. This Camaro and then this Land Cruiser. Funny thing about the Classic Gold series, release 4, is there are 3 Camaros in the series. There's a 69, a 70, and a 77, for whatever reason. And I picked up the 77. Kind of hard not to pick them all up, but this casting I actually do not have in my collection at all. The other ones I think I do have a variation of it, so I picked up the one I didn't have. There. Alright, and then one eBay purchase, lowball bid, scored this guy. This is your Chevy Impala. This is the hobby exclusive Ultra Red. We're going to open up a lot in this video, so I may not open this up, and the only reason why, forget it, we're going to open this up. I was going to say, I've got 2 other Impala Ultra Reds that I don't have open. It would be kind of cool to do all 3 at once, because they're slight variations of each other, so we could take a look at them all at once, but we'll do that in another video. But I'll still open this one up in the second half and take a look at it. It's a beautiful car, all Ultra Red base. I like it. So there's that. And then, let's see here. Trade with he's a YouTuber, but he's local to me. Gosh, I just looked up his YouTube name. Big Daddy Mopar. I think that's it. Big Daddy Mopar? Big Mopar Daddy? Oh, Andrew, I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I will put a link to his channel in the description of this video. Okay, so if you're interested, you can check that out. But he's local to me, and he's a van collector, so that's pretty cool, right? So he had some, and I love vans, so he had some vans that I didn't have, and we just made a little trade for one, and I purchased a couple off of him. I got this Dodge A100 Ozzy Osbourne. Of course, we'll buzz this by the camera in the second half as well. Real cool to get that, didn't have it. Got this Archie Supervan, which is another Supervan I did not have, which I love the Supervan casting. A lot of the pop culture ones I don't have, so I picked up 2 from him that he had extras of, and then a Hershey's one. So didn't have that either, so I'm glad to get it. Pretty awesome to get those. So thank you, Andrew. I'll put a link to your channel down in the description below. He's got a couple of videos up. Alright, so there's that. And then lastly, I was going to go antique mall hunting in my area, and then I decided to stop by my buddy Crazy Todd's house, which of course he has a box of like stuff for me, so all for purchase. So I ended up basically spending my money there, and then not having to go hunting. So that was pretty cool. So I went to Todd's. I picked up, but he had the Zamac with Flame series for me, so I picked that up, and I did a separate video on that earlier this week. Oh, and I also been doing those 10 Car Tuesday videos. Sorry to get on a tangent, but let me know if you like that video or not, that 10 Car Tuesday, if you watch that. I've got almost I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 2 months worth of those videos just ready to go. So they're already uploaded and everything. So no matter what, that series will run for at least 2 months. There'll be at least 8 episodes of it, of me opening those 10 cars and just talking about them. Mainly, I created that series just because it didn't fit into these weekly videos. I wasn't able to just come pulling stuff out of my collection for those, because now I'm a loose collector, not a carded collector, and I didn't just want to pull them out and shove them into these videos and try to, you know, these weekly videos are already long, so just would have made them even longer. Alright, so that's why I had to supplement with another video, just so you know, whatever. Alright, so Todd, back to him. Todd found this guy. This is a Porsche 959. By the look of it, you probably wouldn't think it's too special, but it's a variation of Porsche 959 I didn't even know existed, which is pretty awesome that he got this for cheap and then forwarded it to me for that cheap price. This is actually, I believe it's a color shifter based on the paint that it is. I have not run it under cold water yet or put it in the freezer to see if it would change color, but I'm pretty sure it is now that I've like looked it up and tried to find it. I've seen it in a Matchbox package, so that's a color shifter package, old color shifter, metal on metal. So it's a Porsche 959 variation I did not have, and I collect this casting, so that's fantastic to get. Thank you very much. Sticking with Porsche 959s, he also got these for me. These are just cheapo China things, but they're pretty cool. So I don't know if they're made by Maisto or what. They're just cheap China 959s. So, but I'll buzz them by the camera in the second half so you can take a little closer look at them. This one's really cool. This is a Tamika. I don't know if this is a pocket car. I would assume it is because it's a Chevy van. Tamika, it says it's 178 scale F22, and I think the F number means it was part of the pocket car series. So these were available, I think, in the US briefly, which is too bad that I would have been too young to pick these up in stores, but you would have picked them up. A lot of these pocket cars go for decent cash these days, but I would have kept them in my collection anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But really cool van. That's really neat. So I'm going to show that in the second segment. And then, man, we got a lot of stuff actually. A couple VWs. Wolfman Pop Culture T1 panel bus. Didn't have this in the collection, so now I got it. We'll open up that. This sweet Volkswagen Beetle. This is another one I did not have in my VW Bug collection, which I collect this Hot Wheels casting of the VW Bug. So we'll open up that. We're also going to open up this. This is a Baja Beetle, another casting I loosely collect, and don't really go after them too hard, but when I see one I don't have, I pick it up. So that is pretty cool. Just some simple stuff. This Little Red Express truck, it's actually red. It's a Target Red Edition, so that's pretty cool. I didn't have it. And then 70 Datsun 510 Rally with the wheel variation. I didn't have that either, so I'll open that one up too. I know you guys have seen, you've seen tons of these, so we don't really need, I probably won't even show this in the second half, so let's just open this one up right now and take a quick look at it. You know, maybe I'll keep the casting out though so we can see how it looks size-wise compared to the Hot Wheels 510. Pretty cool though, huh? I like it a lot better with these wheels than the other wheels. And then Little Red Express truck. We'll open up that one too. And there's that guy. This guy we won't even look at in the second half because it's just a little mainline Hot Wheel, but it's still pretty cool. And thank you very much for picking that up for me, Todd. And then this guy right here. International Scout, Gone Fishing. I almost said Hitch and Tow. Johnny Lightning Gone Fishing. This is from release 4 of the Gone Fishing series from Johnny Lightning. This we will open up in the second half and we'll take a look at. Alright, so that's it. So I did get quite a bit of stuff and it was all piled up here. I thought I didn't have a lot of content, but turns out I did. Alright, so thank you guys. We're going to go ahead and flip the camera around and open up some cars, those 510's, some other stuff. Stick around. Alright, let's start by taking a look at the stuff that I've got here that's already loose. Starting with this cool Tamika Chevy van. Pretty neat little sheriff van. It's got suspension on it. Tamika has the best suspension. even on these basic cars from like, I think these came out probably, I just have a copyright date on it. 1977 is the copyright date on it. So that's when this casting came out. Anyway, I'm not sure when it was actually available for sale here, but really cool little car. Could be cleaned up just a little bit. And it's got a little bit of chippage on it, but still, all in all, in pretty decent shape, and is a welcome addition to my van collection. So that is pretty awesome. Thank you, Todd, again for that. Here's the stuff from Andrew. There's the Aussie Pop Culture. I'm not sure when exactly this came out, but it was quite a while ago, I think. Either way, really cool, and glad to have it in the collection. I'm kind of loosely going after all the A100s now. I think there's just a couple that I'm still missing. I mean, there's a couple of the early ones that the pop culture ones, I think there's just one or two that I'm missing. The other, like, regular ones, I think there's like an RLC piece I don't have. There's a couple other ones I don't have, but it's a really cool casting, so it's a van, so definitely got to have it. Here's the Archie Superman. Pretty goofy. Archie Comics. Goofy colored window, orange. Yeah, it's a super van, so got to add it to the van collection. I want all of them, so if you want all of them, you got to get all of them. So there's that, and then Hershey's. Pretty cool. The neat thing about this is that, no, those aren't flames, that's a chocolate splatter on the front. So that's pretty neat. So there you go, Hershey's syrup. Pretty awesome. There's that Superman. Then into the 959s. Here's those cheapo China ones, but these cheapo China ones have suspension, which is pretty cool. Koenig, Charles, Sunny, 63. That's what that says. Almost looks like Marlboro livery with red and white, but it isn't. I don't think anyway. It's not intended to be. Rolls pretty good. Kind of an interesting thing. And then this is another one. This looks like it's the same tooling. Different wheels. Turbo. That's all it's got on the base, is made in China. So it really doesn't tell you who made it or anything, just made in China. But it is a Porsche 959, and so it's going to join my Porsche 959 collection. So that is pretty neat. And then we've got the Hot Wheels one. This one could be cleaned up a little bit too, but it's in really fantastic shape for a color shifter car. The older color shifter cars, they're kind of harder to find in really good shape because I think the paint easily chipped off of them, for one. For two, they were a color shifter, so generally they were purchased for kids, and kids played with them and dipped them in water and all that stuff. And anyway, it's pretty tough to find them with really good paint. So I was really happy that Todd scored this. He showed me a picture of him. Like, what is that? What color is that thing? And it's got a little flea bite on the back here, which is not a big deal at all. I'm guessing the color that this changes to is white. I almost want to say, I don't know, and I'm not going to dip it in water to find out. I know my buddy Angel said you can put these in the freezer to find out, but I might do that at some point in time, but no time for that in this video. But I'm glad to have it, so thank you, Todd, for that. Another 959 off I guess it wasn't even on the list, but it's off the list now. All right, so Hot Wheels horsepower. Let's go ahead and quickly open this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these cars, because I know we're going to open up those 510's. So Hot Wheels horsepower. I've noticed that Hot Wheels really is putting out a lot more kind of cool 5-packs. So let's start with this guy. This is the Mustang funny car, and it is pretty funny. This probably originally had an opening part, and it doesn't now. It's got 2 rivets. I'm guessing when it first came out, I'm not too familiar with it, but when it first came out, this probably opened up. It does not now, but here it is. Mustang funny car. Just a really goofy looking, not really funny looking car. So there is that. Instead of like, it's got like a wheelie ball almost, rather than a wheelie bar. So just kind of goofy. Hot Wheels Hustle. So there's that drag racer. And then we got the Viper RT10, which looks pretty cool. It's a pretty nice version of this car. This isn't the greatest, like most, you know, proportionately correct vehicle or casting that Hot Wheels has ever put out, but I like it because it's the original Dodge Viper. When I was a kid, or you know, younger, I thought when the Viper came out, I thought it was like the coolest thing. So it's got some nostalgia for me, so that's why I really like it, and that's why I kind of go after all of them. I've got a lot of variations of this casting. So there's that, and then we got, this is the Corvette C6R. This is a pretty cool Corvette. It's a racing Corvette. Hot Wheels graphics, performance parts, number 6. That big air intake in the hood there. Really, really cool. I dig it. I dig the graphics on it. I think they executed it well for a little mainline car, and I think it looks pretty good. So there's that. And then this one here is the Plymouth AAR Cuda. That looks pretty striking in that color. It was green. Side tampos are really good. I wish, of course, it had detail on the front and the back. And of course it doesn't, but I think it's a pretty cool looking car. I'm not really a Mopar guy, but I think that is pretty cool. So there is that. And then lastly, there's 2 Corvettes in here. This is the Corvette Grand Sport. I'm pretty sure that's, I'm not screwing these up. Yeah, this is the Corvette Grand Sport, I believe. And this is kind of in a flat gold, which is an interesting color. No gloss at all. It's really just a matte finish gold, but it looks pretty good with the blue. Yeah, all in all, it's a pretty attractive 5-pack. All the liveries on it look pretty good. It looks really good in the package, all of them together, and I think they executed it well. So there's that. And then super quick, mainline cars, 7 Camaro. We'll open up that. Take a look at that. Hotchkiss. This is a recolor already. It was already out in green, I believe. Split bumper Camaro. I love that casting. It's a really good Camaro casting. It's one of my faves. Then this is a new model for 2018. This is the BMW M2. 2016 BMW M2. Pretty nice looking Beamer. Nice and basic. You got rear detail. You got front detail. You even got like that little M logo right there. That is pretty cool. So there's that. And you got the Volkswagen Caper Racer and Urban Outlaw livery, which this is also a recolor already. It was already out in red, and here it is in white and blue. Very cool. So this is already the 4th mainline version of this. There was 2 colors last year and now 2 colors this year. But I like it. I dig it. So there's that. And then we got TV series Batmobile, which they've released a ton of variations of this already, of course. But out of all of them, this one actually looks really good. It's kind of like a sparkly black. It's got blacked out wheels and with just like a little gray accented rim on the wheels. The red looks good. I mean, out of a bunch of the variations of this, I think this one looks pretty good. I like it. This is one of the few Batmobiles I actually collect, is the old TV series one. I don't collect any of the other Batmobile castings, but this one I do like because I just think it's a cool looking car. So there's that. And then let's see here. And then this guy, 07 Ford Mustang, the Knight. I debated for a moment of trying to pick up a whole chess set since they were releasing this Checkmate series, and I'm sure they're putting out a whole set of cars where you could actually play chess with cars, but then I just decided not to. You know, why? If I'm ever going to play chess, I'm just going to do it just, you know, regular chess pieces. But still a neat idea. Still a neat idea. But just picked this one up because I thought it was all right. Red windows could do without, but the livery on it actually looks pretty decent. I like red and black. Red and black look great together, you know, so these cars look pretty decent together. And yeah, so that's that. So there's your mainline cars of G-Case. Then sticking with Hot Wheels here, we got the T1 panel bus, Wolfman. This was a pop culture release of the T1 panel bus, which regrettably, I saw this on the pegs when it was out. I never picked it up for some stupid reason. But this came out in 2013. So it was really right before I kind of started really collecting hard, which I started collecting hard at the tail end of 2014. But really good. We got detail on the front, detail on the back, Wolfman graphics, and looks pretty good. As far as all the, pop culture versions of this casting, this is one of the better looking ones for sure. So there is that. And then we got the Baja Beetle. This is in the Hot Wheels 100% Volkswagen series, number 1 of 4. I actually have another color variation of this, so I'm not going to get it out right now because we don't got time for it. But and it's still on card, so I gotta open that one up too. This series, I'm not super familiar with it, but it came out. It looks like copyright date is 2002, so probably 2003. 100% Hot Wheels preferred vehicles. But the weird thing is, it's not like the Hot Wheels 100%. Like, there's a Hot Wheels 100% line that's completely different. That was like 100%, 1/64 scale, used different castings that weren't like in the regular lines. This is not that, but very nice. You got detail on the front, it's detailed all around, detail on the rear, a cool livery, all metal body, rubber tires. That's a really cool looking Baja Bug. I dig it. So there's that added to the Beetle collection. And then the other one added to the Beetle collection is the Hall of Fame series. So this was the Greatest Rides Hot Wheels Hall of Fame. And I think this came out, for the 35th anniversary, I think, maybe. This is Hot Wheels Highway 35. I'm guessing it's the 35th anniversary. Oddly enough, it's got HotWheels.com and it's got an eBay logo on the back. 2003, it looks like, is when this gun came out as well. Hall of Fame series, commemorates the 35th anniversary of Hot Wheels. So we're in the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels now. So this is, look at some of the stuff they did for the 35th anniversary. And pretty cool, hippied out Beetle. And there's like a little card that you get with it. You can probably pause that and read that if you so choose. But this is cool because it's just a variation of this casting I did not have, Flower Power. So I'm glad to add it to the Beetle collection. This is another one of those like never-ending castings. You try to get every variation of it. It's not very easy. So all metal, rubber tires, pretty awesome. All right, so let's get to, I've got 2 more Hot Wheels to open up here. They're the good ones, and then we got some round 2 stuff. So let's do the Hot Wheels first. Should we open up that first? Let's open up this guy first. Let's open up this guy first. Let's do that one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Now that I'm a loose collector, there's still some stuff that's tough for me to open up. And honestly, it's the money, the value of this vehicle. This car, probably sell it, turn around and sell it for $100, and I can go buy, a bunch of other cool stuff with it. So that's what makes me not even want to keep it. But I'm going to keep it in the collection. I want to keep it in the collection, and that means we're going to open it. So there we go. And once it's open, it's open. We don't need to think about it anymore. And there it is. I got to say, it's quite nice. This Spectra Flame paint that they're doing nowadays with the chrome bodies just looks very nice. So let's check out. Should I open the hood? It's got an opening hood. Oh man, that is super tight. Okay, you see how tight that is? Not opening it. Forget it. It's not even detailed under there, I don't think, anyway. So why even bother? I'm not even going to bother opening it. It doesn't open backwards, does it? No, it's supposed to open from the front. Okay, I'm not going to do it. All right, just not going to do it. I don't want to chip the paint. It's just not worth it to take a look at it. Maybe it'll open easier on the other one because the other one is an opening hood variation as well of this casting. But yeah, so chrome metal base, beautiful Spectra Flame paint. You can see the reflection of my little light setup here on the camera. It's detailed all the way around. Datsun right there. Rolls nice. Just a beautiful car. So I really like it. Glad to have it loose. Try not to touch it too much. I don't want to get fingerprints. That's the problem with this. These Spectra Flame paint cars are great, but when you touch them, it leaves fingerprints on them, and it's totally visible. So I hate having to wipe them off before I like take pictures of a car. So I try not to just, you know, fondle them too much. So there's that. And then next up we got this. So here's the patch that you get with the Redline Club 2018. I was glad that we actually got these shipped out quickly. The last Redline Club cars, the gassers, took over a year before you got them from signing up. Here's the car, and then you also get a collector pin with the vehicle. So here is the pin. Not even going to bother taking it out here, but there it is. Datsun Bluebird 510. Cool little pin. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the car. There's the card. We don't need to pay too much attention to this. I know this has already been shown on other channels, or at least a other channel. The main one, Lamley, has already shown this and shown it before anybody else could get it. So we'll go ahead and open it up. The card has been ripped off. And let's pull it out. I can tell that the hood's going to be easy to open. Okay, there you go. There's a look at the motor. It is chromed in there, so that is cool. And I believe, shut it. And we're gonna just leave that shut. All right, so these are Real Rider tires. So they're like the Neoclassic wheels, but with Real Riders around them. So that is a cool little touch. I'm glad that they did that they added rubber tires. A lot of people didn't really like the Neo wheels. I like them. The only thing I didn't like about them was they did have that ridge on them, like a regular Redline. So if you're setting them down to take pictures on them, it would always kind of like cock the wheels sideways. Gave them a little camber, which I guess is all right for some of you, but just made them look a little goofy. So I'm glad they did put Real Riders on them because they just sit level. The grill's cool that it's all blacked out like that. That looks pretty awesome in comparison to this one. You got the matte black top, which is pretty cool. These definitely look great together as a pair. Back is detailed on both of them, of course. Just a fantastic looking car. Would I ever spend what eBay prices are on this car? Never. Would I ever trade even that much for them? Never. But the fact that I was able to get them at the cost just because I was a member, so this was only $14.99 for this car, and this one was basically 20 bucks and then the shipping on it. So same $14.99 shipping, $19.99 plus shipping for the membership. And I think these are still available, so if you want one, I think the memberships are still being sold. So go ahead and get yourself one instead of buying one of these cars off of eBay, which I just can't believe that people are doing. All right, so there's that. Let's get them out of the way here. Safely out of the way. And now let's get into Johnny Lightning. Actually, let's get into our world real quick. Starting with this Ultra Red Impala. This is really the stuff that I like. You guys know that. So here it is. Of course, you get the collector box with it. Again, this is a hobby exclusive release, so it says special edition on it. And here it is, Ultra Red. Looks very, very nice. This casting is great. It's huge. There's your Ultra Red base. It opens easily. Just look at the motor real quick there. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. This will be featured in another video. I need one more Ultra Red of this Impala, and I'll have that casting complete. It's going to be a tough one to get because it's from Premium Release 3. But if and when I get it, which I will get it eventually, we'll look at all of the Impalas. And hopefully I'll get it before they release another version of it, but really cool. So glad to add that to the collection for sure. There's that, and then a couple of Johnnies. These are from the newest series of Johnny Lightning. These are limited to $29.80. So already the numbers are climbing on these Johnny Lightnings. They used to be, when they first revamped this series, well, they didn't have a number on them when they first revamped. And when they started putting numbers on them, They were a lot lower. They were like in the 1,200 range, 1,100 range, and now they're all the way up to almost 3,000 already, which is good because that means people are buying them, so that, you know, necessitates them to go ahead and make more of them, which is good. Good for them. So very, very cool. Let's take a quick look. What does that license plate say? Passed you. Totally passed you. Z28, Michigan. So that's pretty cool. Got a Michigan plate on it. Shout out to people of Michigan. Brian, Instagrammer, M Mitten. I can't even say his name because if I do, if you say the M word, then your video gets flagged. So if you don't get what I'm talking about, just ask in the comments and I'll explain it to you. So there is that, and that's a pretty cool Camaro. I dig it. Love the graphic on it. Just a real cool 70s look, and really, really awesome. So there's that. Then this one, you know, my buddy Heavy Metal 164 loves these Land Cruisers. I had to pick up one of these. This is actually the first one of these I've ever had in my collection. However, I do have intimate knowledge in how this vehicle is constructed because I have drilled one apart before and put headlights in it for Heavy Metal 164. I had to delete the motor out of it to do that, but it was a complete pain, and I'm never going to do it again to another one. So the one that he has is unique and is never going to be repeated. So enjoy that one, buddy. Never get rid of it. So there's that. He'll have to send it to me to get the battery changed eventually, and which I will gladly do for him. But it was a nightmare to put headlights into this thing. A toy, California. So I like it. I definitely like it on these wheels. It's got a little bit of rub in the back. That's okay. Johnny Lightning's putting out a van with these wheels on it, and oh man, am I excited for that. That's going to be fantastic. But this casting is pretty cool nonetheless. All right, then last up, the last thing we got to open up here is just this Johnny Lightning Gone Fishing. I don't know if I've opened up any Gone Fishing on this channel before. I don't think I have. I don't think I have any of them loose. I do have a couple I need to open, but mainly, of course, I just got it for this International Scout because I love that casting. It's hard not to like it. I mean, the Bass Boat's cool too, but Bass Boat really is an afterthought to me. Bass Boat, they have plastic wheels on these things, on these trailers. Go ahead and hook it up real quick. I'm not going to shove it on there, but whatever, you get the idea. Sea Scout, that's cool. Sea Scout for an International Scout. Rally, it says on the side. So this Scout's pretty neat. It's got a plastic top, but it's cool. They match the paint on it and everything, and the wheels look great. Actually, I think these are the wheels that are going to be on, yes, these are the wheels that are going to be on that van casting, I believe. These ones right here. The color, too. At least it's what they're showing so far. So, love this casting. It's really neat. And there it is. All right, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. A lot to show you. I'm sorry, this is, again, it's a really, really long one. So if you hung on to the end, I really do appreciate it. I'm sure for a lot of you, this was probably the highlight of the video, was looking at these cars loose. Even though I know they've already been shown before on someone else's channel. But, you know, you can't beat Lamley to the punch since they get, you know, stuff sent to him before it comes out. So there's no way for me to show you these before John does, which, you know, it's not a big deal. It is what it is, you know. And, but still really cool, and cool to open these up on my channel. So I'm glad to have them in the collection. These are just great pieces of Hot Wheels. This one marks the 50th anniversary, which is pretty cool. And this one is just a really good looking car. So glad to have it. All right, you guys, thank you very, very much for watching. A long one, and I guess stay tuned for the next 10 Car Tuesday video, as well as a video. I got some mail coming from Heavy Metal 164, which I might roll into the same video for the his giveaway. So look out for that. And of course, go over to his channel and enter that giveaway. And yeah, that's about all I can talk tonight. So enjoy your week.